Impact Live, and I feel like I guess I haven't seen you. I really haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while since.
I was off Wednesday and Thursday of last week.
Yeah, last week it was
Friday.
James and I. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it has been. Wow.
Here we
It has been
are.
a while. Here
Back
we are.
in action.
Colin Campbell, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday show. My days are all mixed up. I'm an hour early or late. I can't figure out since the time change. But we do know a little bit about the weather. We've been looking over that stuff, and we're going to start today's show with a little bit of look at the tropics, and again, those favorite words we love to see. No development expected. Yeah, that is fantastic. Next 7 days. We are still looking at not that area. There's a lot of clouds out there. I mean, it looks interesting, but nothing developing, not expecting in it. But we are going to be watching this area here as well, and it looks like I've got a different type of satellite there. Oh, there it is. It's coming just slow to get there. Look at that.
Yeah, last week, well, I guess that was last Thursday, Friday, some of the models were hinting at something trying to spin up there today, because I remember specifically November 5th saying that on the stream, and yeah, especially around Central America and
nothing.
Nothing
there. At least nothing tropically developing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do it again. I told you I messed up yesterday trying to type in shear. But one of the reasons why is because of all this wind shear that is there. And that area that I circled there is a normal low. You've heard us talk about that Central American gyre. So you can get stuff developed there. But if you notice, look at all those colors across the Gulf and across Florida.
Yes.
And that is what? That goes out through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Look at that. That is the front. That's that front coming through. That is wind shear, and that is very bad for tropical systems. And so as long as you have that there, it's pretty much like a roadblock. And anything that would drift into that area, say something did try to develop, let me put a little stop here, I guess I can't, somewhere down south and then come up into the Gulf, it would get sheared apart as soon as it moved in there. We don't even think we're going to get any development. Meanwhile, look at that trough coming through Monday and the Tuesday.
Wow.
And that is a lot of cold air coming down, and then it's going to lift up and move out pretty quickly. But even behind that, let's go out to the 14th, so we're a little over a week away. Still, it's a ton of shear. And not only in the Gulf, right, but also look, there's been some shear in the northern parts of the Caribbean, including Jamaica and the Caymans. Right, I'll go back again. You can see that's pretty steady all the way through the next week and a half. And look where it's really heavy is right out there in the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos. And I bring that up because this time of the year, that's one of the areas that we look for development. And usually when it does develop, it develops there and moves out to the northeast pretty quickly. So maybe Bermuda would watch for something. But with that wind shear, at least next week and a half, you're just not going to get anything developing out there. And then NCEP has this, right? And this is their outlook for the 12th through the 18th. And it's nothing to show.
Yeah, so all the viewers at home, this is issued every Tuesday. And last week they did have a bullseye on top of Central America, basically the area that we were just inspecting right now. But that was last week's, that was issued on Tuesday. So this is the newest outlook that was issued yesterday, and we have nothing.
And it's like it's a chance thing, right? So they had a little bit greater than 20% chance that something developed in here.
Yeah.
And then when they updated it yesterday, they said nope, taking it out of there. And the 19th through the 25th, same thing.
Right.
Took it out of there. They actually had something in this area and here again, kind of the same area obviously with the Central American gyre, but they've taken that out as well. And one of the big reasons is going to be that shear that we were just showing you. So that's the good news. Now we do have, let's take you some, we had the typhoon, Tino is what we're calling. It's out there in the Philippines, it's through the Philippines now. But take a look at this video. Rescue operations are underway, as you can imagine, after Tino killed at least 40 people across the Philippines. Look at all of that water. That's one of the deadliest parts of a hurricane. A lot of people think it's wind because we talk a lot about it, but water is usually the most deadly aspect to hurricanes. Storm surge and flooding from rainfall as well. This video was shared by the Philippine Red Cross, and it shows crews rescuing a family of 5 from rising floodwaters there on Wednesday. So you can see the water, and this happened in Jamaica as well. The storm surge gets there, the rain gets there, and it floods initially, And then as the storm surge drops out, there are a lot of areas of water that are left around, the standing water that gets left over.
Yeah, all that mud and gunk and
everything in the house. I mean, you can see.
Wet.
So the storm is gone now. Look at the roofs, right? The trees, not terrible.
Yeah.
I saw 80 to 90 mile per hour winds with the storm gust up towards 100, not 200. Right, we had about 180 to gust maybe up to 200 in Jamaica. And that just blew the leaves right off the trees.
Right.
The roof's off. So you can see the main damage there in this particular area of the Philippines, the eastern Philippines, was from the storm surge.
Yeah. Yeah, the winds definitely weren't quite as strong, but I'm also curious, Bobby, like what building materials they have out there, because, you know, some areas, of course, they have different building codes. We know that here in Florida. You know, not saying I'm an expert on building codes in Jamaica, but some of the structures in Jamaica, yeah, I mean, but of course we're comparing apples to oranges here. Now that looks like more extensive wind damage compared to the clip we were just showing.
It's tough to see from that far, but you know, that's also to your point, Colleen, is the Philippines.
Right.
They're used to strong typhoons.
Yeah.
Right, and over time, your building codes are such a thing, and you know the building methods are what they are. Jamaica gets hit. Nobody gets hit with 185 mile per hour winds very often. It just doesn't happen.
That was the strongest hurricane Category 5 that they had to directly hit Jamaica. So you just can't prepare for that, not in that short amount of time. I mean, they only had days to prepare. So is she saying go to break?
I didn't hear what she said.
Okay.
Did you want to repeat it? So
I heard a little mouse in my ear. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, so you guys want to bring us to weather 2, so just very briefly here, talking about how much heat potential we have. This is one of the things that if a system did form, and just take the shear out of the equation, because we just showed you how the shear is basically blocking anything from developing. In the Gulf, we've been cooler. Our temperatures have started to drop down because we keep receiving these fronts, and that is slowly dropping our water temperature down. I was discussing this last week, Bobby, because a viewer reached out and said, you know, with all these fronts coming through, will our temperatures drop below that 80-degree threshold mark for these tropical systems to thrive? And I said, well, yes and no. You know, land, of course, land temperatures cool down very rapidly. We have those fluctuations throughout the day, from the morning into the afternoon, especially as you get into the different seasons. The water temperature is not so much. It's more of a gradual cool down. Same thing when the temperatures warm up. You know, temperatures warm up at a more gradual rate when you talk water. But I also want to point out all those water temperatures that are in the Caribbean, that's still bath water, and it's deep. It goes down deep, and that was the main problem with Jamaica, is that they had plenty, it's rocket fuel for these systems to really thrive. So, you know, if we were just looking at water temperature alone, I mean, the elements are definitely there in the Caribbean for something to form. Not so much in the Gulf. The temperatures are just a little bit too cool. Right now, I believe our Gulf temperature is what, 74?
Yeah,
Bobby?
you know, if you jump over to weather 1, it's 74, as you said, in Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
But it's the magic number is 80.
Yes.
So if a system is moving over 80 plus degree water, it'll keep going. It's got enough energy. As soon as it gets down to even 79, 78 degrees, you'll see it weaken. Mm-hmm. Our water temperatures are well below that.
Yeah.
But I think kind of the point you were trying to make is not that far off the coast. If you look, so something coming up and out of the Caribbean has got all of this very warm water. This is actually called the loop current, and this is always there. It changes a little bit, but what happens is the warm water comes in, comes up here, does a loop, and then becomes the Gulf Stream and comes up just like this.
Yeah.
And if you remember back, you may not remember the oil spill. I don't remember what year that was.
Oh yeah, with
But
BP.
out in the Gulf, we had the oil spill out here, and we all learned a lot about the loop current, because what happens is this is going in this direction, right? And then it goes like this. But sometimes this thing can cut off, and it's just a circle, and then it'll drift to the west, and you just get this circular current drifting westward across the Gulf. But that is part of the loop current. And so what happens is, even though we're cooling here, and you can see this particular map, it shows everything that's 80 degrees or higher. So you see the blue here, that's below 80 degree water. All right, and I'll tell you what, after the cold air we're going to get next week, this is going to spread a little further offshore. But right now, and really what is the case all the way through the winter too, is we still have a really good warm feed of water. We need to get rid of this here.
Yeah.
And that will really help, because something coming across here, 200, 300 miles offshore coming at us would weaken quite a bit, even if it could do it. I think we're pretty good from here on out. I don't want to say that right now, but I just know the next week and a half to 2 weeks look good. And all that wind shear that we showed you at the top.
That's definitely helping.
That definitely helps as well. All right, 4:40, let's take a break. We'll come back and we will talk about some of that cold air that we are looking at for next week.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
Okay, if you haven't noticed, it's gotten a little bit warmer outside the last couple of days. And it looks like we're kind of low to mid 80s for, well, through probably Sunday.
Yeah.
Although Sunday is the day that brings the big changes. So let's look at the overall picture. We'll talk about the temperatures and the jet stream. That's essentially what you're looking at here. The colors are the temperatures, of course. It's kind of interesting because when we look at temperatures like this, we look at the temperature at 5,000 feet up, which almost doesn't make any sense. But think about how the Earth's surface heats and cools. So in the morning you can walk out and it's comfortable barefoot to walk across the street, right? But in the afternoon, in the summertime, that asphalt gets really hot, okay? And you can't walk across bare feet. So if you look at morning low temperatures, 49, high temperature almost 80 degrees. So that's a big spread. So that goes up and down. The temperatures at 5,000 feet up, what we call 850 millibar temperatures, because that's the pressure reading on average at about 5,000 feet up, those don't change that much. So when I show you this, put this into motion, you can see where the cold or the warm air mass is. You're not looking at the daily changes with the sun coming up and going down. You're looking at where the highs and lows are, where the cold air masses are, where the warm air masses are. And so that's why you see a lot of these maps like that. We kind of get technical by putting 850 on there, but bottom line is these are just the temperatures. So watch what happens Saturday. We're still warm. New Mexico, West Texas, very warm, by the way. But watch as we move into, well, Friday it's already cold up north, but this is Saturday into Sunday, and that is extremely cold air, 20, 25 degrees below average across the Great Lakes. None of those lakes are frozen. So now we're talking, and it's below freezing temperatures that are coming here. So that is a snowmaker. That is lake effect snow.
Yeah.
Starting Saturday, Sunday for I think even Chicago. I haven't looked at specifically. I'll show you. We do have a snow map coming up, but they're going to see some of that, and we will actually get a taste of it as well. And some of the models are getting even deeper and deeper with this, meaning it gets colder and colder here for us.
Yeah, Canadian air just kind of plunging in here very early in the season, as you said.
Yeah, in fact, it's so early that it's going to create some records.
Yes. Yeah.
Possibly here. I don't know. You've got some of those numbers coming up here in just a little bit. But certainly some areas in the Appalachians, in the parts of the Carolinas, I think could be dealing with it. And up north even could have some record low temperatures. It's not that we don't see temps like this. We just don't see them this early in the season.
Right.
So we're still kind of hedging our bets here. We think it's going to happen. Sometimes the models, suggest that we do get something like this and it doesn't pan out, but it will happen. Now, this is Saturday. We are dry between now and Saturday. All right, and I did want to show you Saturday afternoon around 4 o'clock. There'll be a few showers. We put about a 10% chance in for that. That is Sunday, and that is 1 o'clock. That is the kickoff time for the Bucks. Now, that is the front coming through. It's actually, you can see the front is up here.
The winds, yeah.
Yeah, the front itself is actually right here. Okay, that should be the blue line. That's the cold front coming through, and it's moving in that direction. Okay. That's what's sparking these showers and thunderstorms. And so I really think it's at least a 30% chance for showers and storms. This is more than that. If this model run keeps trending like this, we would go up to about 40% chance for showers and some thunderstorms. And the reason why I say that is because there's really cold, dry air behind this.
Yeah, well, and we have that moisture that's building throughout the next couple days here. We have the humidity that's on the rise, the temperatures on the rise, so you're getting that lift ahead of that cold air that's pushing in. So that's really going to create that lift and give us kind of that extra oomph for some showers to form in our dry season, by the way. So yeah.
And this is when we tend to get rain here, right?
Yeah.
The Saturday rain, to your point, Colleen, this rain right here, that's actually kind of developing from the heating and the moisture. Like summertime. That's what happens. It just boils up in the summertime. We're so hot, we're so humid.
Yeah.
Now, we won't be that hot and we won't be that humid, but that's what's happening there. So to see that on Saturday means to me, hey, it's warm, it's muggy. We know the dew points are going to be in about 70 degrees. That's a lot of moisture, okay? And then you're bubbling up at least enough with sea breeze collisions to make some showers and storms, just a couple showers, right, for Saturday. So that means for us here in the Weather Center, we're primed up a little bit better on Saturday ahead of Sunday's front. So when Sunday comes along, we have a slightly better chance. And the other thing is that water temperature we were showing you before. So this water, and it is a transition time of the year, everything below that line is warmer than 80 degrees. This is all 80 degree warmer, okay? This is 74 degrees. Right? When the front is coming across on Sunday, this line of showers and storms, you see it, there's going to be less lift right here and then more lift right here. It's going to be about 83, 84 degrees here. It's 74 right here. So whatever comes right in here is going to start to weaken a little bit, but then it's going to get over that warm land and there's going to be more lift and it's going to make showers and storms even more so. It's a little bit opposite sometimes in the summertime, but we're transitioning now into the fall and the wintertime, and now that's the setup that we're looking at now. So that's a long discussion to say it's going to rain a little bit on Sunday.
Yeah.
But that's why
that's the point in these shows.
That's exactly
just
why we do
dive
these
into
shows.
the science of it all.
That's right. That's right. So there it is. We got about 10% on Saturday, 30% on Sunday. Again, that number may come up a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on it for you. But we're going to issue a weather impact alert for Sunday for that. And when we come back, we'll explain what that means, and we'll take a better look at that cold. I want to see some of those record numbers that you have, Colleen. We'll see that. See that a bit.
See how cold it can get.
Yeah.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, let's talk real fast about some of that cool air coming. Again, warm, kind of muggy between now and Saturday and Sunday, right? But Sunday's storms will bring the much cooler air behind it. This is the GFS model. It's, excuse me, it's automated, but it's thinking just 60s for high temperatures on Monday and Tuesday. The average high you can see there on the screen is 81 degrees, probably about 80 at that day. But you can see it's well below average, 15 degrees below average, according to that model. All right, then you look at the lows. And obviously the day is going to be cold, but the morning after, so we're talking Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning will be the coldest. And Colin, you got some specifics on those numbers.
Yeah, so the forecast low temperatures throughout our region. Obviously, we're looking at Tampa, 41 for that morning low on Tuesday. But some areas will easily be in the mid-30s. Now, the last time that we had a morning low in the 40s was February for Tampa. The record was 40 degrees back in 1892. So that's basically going back as far as we have records for Tampa. Now, as far as...
And that should stay safe. I'm thinking that stays safe, right? It's close.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But it should stay safe.
So here's the record low minimum temperature. So these are how cold it's gotten in the mornings for that date of Tuesday, November 11th, this upcoming Tuesday when we have that weather impact alert for the cold. You see Brooksville would be the coldest record low that we have, 37 back in 1977. So we could come close to Brooksville because we're forecasting 36, 37. But yeah, for places like Tampa, that 40-degree mark, we just went over that record temperature for that date. We're forecasting 45. So, you know, we'll come close, but I don't think that we'll make a record there. But Brooksville and Winter Haven, well, not even Winter Haven, Brooksville, I would say, would have the best possibility of hitting that record. Yeah.
1977.
Maybe Lakeland, too.
No, I remember 1977. Take a look at Weather One. So it's coming in on some good winds, too, and you saw those 30s and 40s for the forecast. These are potential wind chills Tuesday morning.
Yikes.
Think bus stop, think taking the dog out, think all that stuff. It will be dry by then, but it could feel like it's in the lower 30s. And yeah, remember we talked about snow coming along, especially the northern tier of the United States. This is through Sunday, this Sunday. All right, and you can see how the snow is already starting. See, I was talking Chicago, maybe a little bit. Look at Michigan, right? And then it's going to get over into the Northeast. That lake effect's going to kick up. You can see it's coming down. Look at the Appalachians.
Yeah.
West Virginia.
The spine of West Virginia. Yep.
I mean, even D.C. could get some snow flurries. Look